पाराय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरु दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्. So I welcome all of you for this Bhakti Shastri 8th chapter. Yoga Mishra Bhakti now. We have covered till 8th shloka. Now today is 9th onwards we will be seeing. Please repeat after me. Kavim Puranam Manushashitaram
Kavim Puranam Manushashitaram
Anoraniyam Manusmaretaya
Anoraniyam sam anusmaretya
Sarvasya Dhataram Achintya Rupam
Sarvasya dhataram
Achintya
achityaya
Rupam
Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat.
Aditya
Varnam
tamasa
Tamakarasat.
parastat.
Yeah, read this translation. We'll just go to translation. Yeah.
I'll read. Mataji, you want to read or shall I read?
I'll read Mataji.
Okay.
Yeah. Translation. One should meditate upon the Supreme Person as the one who knows everything, as he who is the oldest, who is the controller, who is smaller than the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, who is beyond all material conception, who is inconceivable, and who is always a person. He is luminous like the sun, and he is transcendental beyond this material nature. Krishna has Achintya Rupam. He has an inconceivable form, always a person. Now, in the remaining verses of this section, Krishna is going to explain more about remembering him. But now he is going to explain Yoga Mishra Bhakti. This is actually what was referred to at the end of chapter 7, about those who want to become liberated from birth and death. That was a hint of Yoga Mishra Bhakti. Because that was a Sakama devotee, here the explanation of Yoga Mishra Bhakti is being given. 2. Yoga Mishra Bhakti. If one practices celibacy, utters Omkara, detach himself from his senses, and thinks of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, when quitting the body, he reaches the spiritual planets.
So the Sakama devotees we have seen four types of, and because that was a Sakama devotee, is like Yoga Mishra Bhakti is generally is practiced by Sakama devotees. So who were the Sakama devotees? In the 7th chapter we have seen.
Karma Yogis, Prabhuji.
Sorry?
Sakam Karma Yogis?
Sakama devotees, yeah. Sakama devotees.
Who worship demigods?
Oh, no. Sakama devotees of the Lord. Who are those?
Who want...
We have seen last time also.
They're interested in the result of their activities? No? Sakam Yogis.
Sakama devotees I am talking.
Oh yes, Sakam devotees. Sakam devotees.
Someone else can try.
Tries to cross the...
No, Mataji, you are going in a different way. Different direction you are going. Someone else would like to give a try. Dashraj Pro would like to give a try for this. Who knows that? Sakama devotees. Arto, Artarthi, Jidnyasu.
Oh.
And these are the three people. And the fourth one was
Gyani.
Jnani is not a Sakama devotee, Mataji. Jara Marana Mokshaya. That shloka is talking about the fourth Sakama devotee. Fourth category is Sakama devotee. So Arto, Artarthi, Jidnyasu, these three, and the fourth one is in the last shloka. Jara Marana Moksha.
Who wants to cross the ocean of nuisance?
Who would like to achieve the moksha by just crossing out the Jalma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyati. But he is not interested in the devotional service so far. So these are four categories of Sakama devotees. Who can tell again now?
Artho, Jigyasu, Arthartha, and who is interested in getting the out of the cycle of birth and death. Moksha.
Yeah. So that is the shloka, Jara Marana Mokshaya.
Jaran Maran Mokshaya.
7.28 or 29?
29, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So this one is like that. So these Sakama devotees are interested for Yoga Mukshara Bhakti. Yeah. Please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Can we say that the Sakama Karma Bhaktas are complete surrendered to Krishna? Can we say like that, Prabhu?
What you say, it is like they are completely surrendered to Krishna? Are they?
Yeah.
Are they?
That's what I am asking, Prabhu. Can we say like that? Like because they are looking out for moksha, right?
I am asking you now. Are they?
If they are looking out for moksha, then like they don't have any desires or something like that. That's what my doubt is like that.
See, their terms for the, see, I'm telling you again now. It's like please hear. It is like somewhat confusing in for the devotees also. Sakama means what? Does people want something for the from the Lord, and for that they are doing the devotional service, which is not the highest platform, which is not the highest platform. Anarpita acharim chirat karunaya utirnakula anarpita. He's like the Krishna has come for the offering you something, but it is not that it is like we should ask something for the Lord. And this fourth category, Jara Marana Moksha category, these devotees are moreover cross over the nescience for what? It is not like they do the devotional service, they do something, but their main aim is to just get a relief from this birth, old age, disease, and death. They are not that much keen or interested for the devotional life, but somehow or other, I would like to just cross over this. Bahut ho gaya. It's too much for me. Jalma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, Dukkha, Doshan, Darshanam. I don't want to see or take the birth again and again, but rather in the pure devotional service, Krishna's devotee says that wherever you would like to keep me, Swargadapi Narkeshu Apitilyat Darshana. Wherever, oh Lord, wherever you would like to keep me, I'm happy for your pleasure, for your service, wherever you can just put me. So like that. So that is not the highest. They are not that much surrendered. Yeah, please go on reading.
Verses 5 to 8 emphasize the importance of remembering Krishna. In verse 9, the Lord explains how he should be remembered. One should meditate on Krishna as the one who knows everything, the oldest, the controller, the smaller than the smallest, the maintainer of everything, beyond all material conceptions, inconceivable, luminous like the sun, transcendental beyond the material nature, and who is always the Supreme Person. The most important message of verse 9 is that Krishna is not impersonal or void. At the end of chapter 7, the Lord introduced the Yoga Mishra devotee, the one who desires liberation from old age and death and takes refuge in Krishna in devotional service. Verses 10 to 13 are a continuation of the same topic. They are outline the process of Yoga Mishra Bhakti, Satchakra Yoga.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it is Kavim Puranam Anushashitaram Anor Aniyam Anusmarinich Sarvasya Dhataram Achinta Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasam Parastam. So Aditya Varnam. So he is like luminous like the sun. And so that's why here also we can say it is like the Kanti of the Lord. The Varna of the Lord is also been explained as luminous. So illuminating. So much brightness is there. So that's why we can say that Lord is a person. It's not impersonal. The next shloka. प्रयाण काले मनसा चलेना
प्रयाणकाले मनसा चलेन
भक्त्या युक्तो योग बलेन चैव
Bhakti
भक्त्या
योगबलेन चैव
भ्रुवो मध्ये प्राणमावेश्य सम्यक्
भ्रुवो मध्ये
मध्यप्रभवेश
आवेश सम्यक्
सम्यक्
सतं परं पुरुषं मृषेति दिव्यम्
सतं परं पुरुषम्
पुरुषम्
इति दिव्यम्.
उपैव्यम्.
Please go on reading the translation. Please read the translation.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, I can read. One who at the time of death fixes his life hair between the eyebrows and by the strength of yoga with an eye under undeviating mind, engages himself in remembering the Supreme Lord in full devotion, will certainly attain to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ultimately, the point will be here is to remember Krishna, not fixing the mind on the eyebrows, etc.
Yeah, please read in the continuation.
In verse 10, it is stated that the yogi who, by the strength of yoga, with an undeviating mind, fixes his life hair between his eyebrows at the time of death and engages himself in remembering the Supreme Lord of Sri Krishna in full devotion, certainly attains to the Lord.
So it is Yoga Mishra devotional life, Yoga Mishra Bhakti, where the Ashtanga Yoga has been mentioned. Moreover, so it is a task that in the Bhrukuti, one has to meditate on here, concentrating all the living force here between the two eyebrows and have the full absorption over the Lord. That the way they do the devotional service, that the way they just concentrate on every limb is like there is a but ultimately they have to come on this particular point and increase their increase their concentration like that. So in one place, Srila Prabhupada says that the Ashtanga yoga in this age is practically impossible. It's not possible here. It's how many times our mind flickers, or how many time our mind goes here and there while chanting. Is a very simple process of chanting of the holy name. So where we can take out, this is like the whole concentration between the two eyebrows, it is not possible. And then one point Krishna, like Arjuna is also saying, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramate balavad dridham. Tasyaham nigraham manye vayo reva sudushkran. I can conquer over, I can control the wind. But the mind, the reach of the mind, or like the speed of mind, I am here, but I am thinking something else. I don't have control over my emotions. I don't have control over my mind thought process. So how it is possible? The yogis does that. The yogis are doing such thing. So it is befitted for the yoga mishra bhakti. Yadaksharam veda vido vadanti.
Yadaksharam
Yadaksharam veda vidu vadanti.
Vishanti yad yatayo vitaragaha.
Vishyanti yad yato vitaraga
Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti.
yadichanto
Yadichanto
brahmacharyam
brahmacharyam
charanti
charanti.
Tatte padam sangrahena pravakshe.
tatte padam
Padam
sangrahena
sangrahena
pravakshaye.
pravakshe.
Please read the translation.
Persons who are learned in Vedas, who utter Omkara and who are great sages in renounced order, enter into Brahman. Desiring such perfection, one practices celibacy. I shall now briefly explain to you this process by which one may attain salvation.
Please read the next
Those who
one.
are learned in the Vedas, who utter Om, and who are great sages in the renounced order enter into Brahman. Desiring such perfection, one practices celibacy. Detached from all the sensual engagement, closing all the doors of the senses and fixing the mind on the heart and the life air at the top of the head. Establishing oneself in transcendence and vibrating the sacred syllable Om. If one thinks the Supreme Personality of Godhead and quits his body, he will certainly reach the spiritual planets.
Yeah. So it is another, the complex situation is been added. Not only fixing his, or so like the putting the concentration over the two eyebrows, but the person has to follow the celibacy. Then, and practicing the celibacy, then he will be entering into the Brahma Jyoti. So the materialistic, or those who are the transcendentalists, but they are not doing the devotional service, but they are perfectly following the Brahmacharya Vrata, they will be going to the Brahma Jyoti. Brahmacharya, Brahma Acharanena iti Brahmachari. Those who are concentrating on the Brahman, understanding I am not this body, I am the soul, and acting on the level of the soul, and is like not entangling himself on the materialistic platform. That person, celibate means he is not associating with the opposite sex. He is not associating with, or not thinking about also. Celibate means he is not after the pad, profit, adoration, and distinction, the subtle sex also. This is the subtle sex, profit, adoration, and distinction. This is having the desire for something to gain material, having the desire to be adored by many people, and I am something different. I am a very special soul. That is a distinction. So that subtle experiences or the subtle akanksha or the emotions are there in one's mind, then also he is called as a lusty. So it is not only a gross sense enjoyment, but the subtle sense enjoyment. By that one person becomes a celibate. So it is not easy task. Long way to go. First of all, we have to shun down the gross desires with the hands, legs, the five senses, and then the mind. Then work on the intelligence. And whose intelligence is active, that person is called as a celibate. So then the people may ask that I am a grahastha, then how the celibacy and all this is why you are talking to us. But the celibacy is that for everyone. The celibacy is there for everyone. That's why the grahastha brahmachari is also like the term it's used. The people should follow some rules and regulations in their life. Hare Krishna. Please mute yourself. So it is for everyone. Everyone should follow in their life. So that way, those who are doing the Yoga Mishra Bhakti, they are in this category. Sarvadharani Sanyamya
Sarvadvarami samyamya
Manoruddhi Niruddhya Cha
Manoritti
nirudhya
niruddhya
cha
cha
Urdhathayatmana Pranam
Bodhanya atmana pranam
Adhyatmana pranam
Asthito Yoga Dharanam.
astito
astito yoga
yoga
dharanam.
Please read the translation.
The yogic situation is that of detachment from all sensual engagements, closing all the doors of the senses and fixing the mind on the heart and the life air at the top of the head. One establishes himself in yoga. It is important to note that the essential message of this section is to remember Krishna. One can approach the Lord according to one's own taste, using some of the recognized process. But the ultimate result of these practices should be devotional service in the form of constant remembrance of Lord. This is the actual goal of yoga. Therefore, techniques like fixing the life air between the eyebrows or practicing celibacy are useful only to assist a yogi in remembering Krishna.
So it is very tough way. Sarvadvarani Sanyam. What are the nine gates are there? Which are the 9 gates of the body? In the
2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 1 mouth, and anal.
Genitals and anus.
eyes,
Seven in the head and
ears,
2 genitals and anus.
Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and touch.
yeah, and so one reproduction or organ and one is anus. So these are the Sarvadvarani Sanyamya. Is very and Yato Ruddhin Niruddhyacha. So yogis are the real, we also have to follow some yogic path. Krishna also mentions that for the devotees also there is something to be followed by this shloka. Sarva dvarani sanyamya. Sanyamya means what? Control. So where actually 7 dwaras has to be controlled, and the another 2 dwaras will be controlled automatically. These are the 7 dwaras are there. If it has been controlled, then the remaining 2 dwaras will be controlled. Or that is like only 1 dwar has to be clear, 1 or 8 dwaras has to be controlled sincerely. The 9th one be automatic control. So like this, the process is that if this has been controlled, vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jivha vegam, udarupastha vegam, etana vegan yo visheta dhira, sarvam apimam prithvim sa shishyat. Then what? This is like the udara upastha, vacho vegam, udara upastha. If this vacho is been controlled, eating habits are controlled, then the belly will be controlled, then the genitals will be controlled. The people don't control this. This is the most dangerous dwar for everyone to get control or to be controlled. It's mouth, eating and speaking, these 2 functions are been done, performed by this mouth. So if we can control the mouth, what we are speaking and what we are eating, sattvic ahar, no oil, no fancy items, only which is very comfortable for the belly or the stomach, that only has to be consumed. Because aham vaishwanaro bhutva, Krishna says that I am vaishwanara bhutva. You don't give me the trouble for the digestion, or else I will give you the trouble by the different diseases. If Krishna hears that, oh, you are eating the pastas, pizzas every day, or most of the time oily food, most of the time the hotel food, the restaurant food, even though it is Govinda restaurant, pure vegetarian and Krishna conscious hotel, but why? Why it has to be consumed? Prabhu, we are the grahasthas. What can be done, Prabhu? You don't understand what we are. No, it is not like that. We can opt our lifestyle. Then the body will cooperate and the body will be without the diseases, and we can practice the devotional service with full concentration. You just do one thing, is like I can tell you, for 6 months, don't eat anything outside. 6 months. It's like it is a practical experience. 6 months, we should not eat anything outside, or nothing fancy items like Punjabi dishes and many others. Very simple khichdi or whatever the simplest item, or the pongal is a simple thing in South India. Only the pongal and simple dal, if you can just take it for 6 months, after that the japa quality will be such that we will not be sleeping in a japa. And please don't take the food after 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. At any time in the night, we should not take the food. We should have the habit of taking the breakfast quite sumptuous, then the lunch little bit heavy, and the dinner very little. Then the things will move on very fast. It's like our sadhana will be improving. We will able to get up in the morning and do the japa very peacefully. Makhan ki tarah, like the Nave Gondra Maharaj used to say that. Makhan ki tarah hilna chahiye beats. Makhan ki tarah, like a butter. The beads should move with your fingers like that. Happily. Oh, only 16 rounds. I can do more than that. So this Sarva Dvarani Sanyam is really important for the devotional life also. It is not only yogic life, it is for everyone. How many times, that's why Kadamba Kanan Maharaj referred in his one lecture that one should do a digital detox once in a week. Digital detox. Now the people are talking about a liver detoxification. There are some pancreas detoxification. But who is talking about a digital detox? How many times we are seeing our smartphone and we are becoming a dumb fellow? How many times we are seeing every day, on an average 6 hours a day we are spending on the smartphone. One of the devotee was saying that हमेशा हमारी मुंडी नीचे ही रहती है.
Prabhuji, all the content is in smartphone only. We have to watch classes or everything is on YouTube. What to do,
But
Prabhuji?
how much energy has been sucked by that?
That is true.
How much energy? So that's why Kadam Kanan Maharaj says that we have to do a digital detox. We can live without this also. But we, just like that story comes, na? Ashtavakra Muni goes to the Janak or one of the king's assembly, and the king asked the question, I'm suffering from too much attachments. The palatial attachments are there. Then Ashtavakra Muni was having the silence for some moments. And immediately he started running. And the king was not understanding what is that, why this Muni is running. So then Ashtavakra Muni ran outside the courtyard. Then he just grabbed one tree and just says that, leave me, leave me, leave me. The king starts laughing and says that, what is this nonsense, Muni Maharaj? You just grabbed that tree. The tree is not grabbing. No, the tree is grabbing. Then the king understood that attachments by me, it is in my hand. How much to give an attention for this. So Sarva Dvarani Sanyamya, it is very important what we are watching, what we are talking, what we are eating, what we are hearing. Are we hearing the Krishna Kathas? Whole day what we are doing. Then in the morning, the ninth gate will be very flexible for us. The whole day, if we are just sitting and eating the things, then the ninth gate will be having the constipation. It's like the things are like that. The one like this vacho, then the jivha udara upastha is in one line. The same way, the all 9 gates are properly engaged. All the 8 gates are properly engaged and the body is engaged. Then the 9th gate will also act on that. Our all diseases are 90% of the diseases are through the stomach. So that we can solve it through one dwar, that is this eating. And what we eat, the sattvic ahar we eat, our consciousness also become very sattvic. Not fried items every day. Why we need the fried items every day?
Sorry, Prabhu.
Once in a week, it is fine. But that is also how much? Don't eat the sweets every day. If you are having the habits, give up that. Once in a week, little bit. That's also for this satisfaction for the tongue. Oh, I gave you the sweet. Huh? Okay, all right. Be quick, be quiet. Don't trouble me too much. If I'm going to the temple a bit once in a week or once in a month, then like the Govinda bakery is there, the sweet, the cookies are there. Over here in Pune, devotees, they like the cookies of the Hyderabad. So whenever the devotees are going there, they say that, oh, cookies लेके आना उधर से वो बहुत ही बढ़िया मिलता है. Then this is once in a while it is all right, but not to eat in the Govindas also. Why to just give a chance that okay, I need something. So by that, the grahasthas also can be the yogis in there. Grahasthas are also practicing the yogas in there. Okay, the next shloka. Om
Prabhuji, I have a
Yaksharam
question.
Brahmam. Sorry?
I have a question, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please, Mataji.
Prabhuji, it said that middle 6 chapters are Bhakti Yoga chapters. So is Ashtanga Yoga part of Bhakti Yoga only?
No, it is for the Sakama devotees. It is some yoga mishra bhakti is there. So it is a bhakti only, but it is a yoga mishra. The mishra bhakti is there. Mishra means mixture.
Okay.
It is a mixture. So Krishna is evolving the things for us. Om iti akshara brahmam
Om iti
Om iti
akshara
akshara
brahma
Brahma
vyahar manusmaram
Vyaharnam Anusmaran
ya prayati tyajan deham
Yaprayati Deham
sayati paramam gatim.
Sayati Gatim.
Yeah, please read the translation.
After being situated in this yoga practice and vibrating the sacred syllable Om, the supreme combination of letters, if one thinks of the Supreme Personality of God and quits his body, he will certainly reach the spiritual planets.
Yeah.
Shall I continue?
Yeah.
Again, Mam Anusmaran, remembering Krishna. Om, chant and remember Krishna. Because Krishna has already said, Pranava Vedeshu, I am Om in the Vedic mantras. That was how to remember Krishna, including Yoga Mishra Bhakti, how to remember Krishna, even if one is a yogi. The next section describes something different from Yoga Mishra Bhakti, describes pure devotional service.
So here in the Yoga Mishra Bhakti also Krishna is saying that please Mam Anusmaram. Now please try to remember me while you chant Om. And then it is nicely mentioned that Pranava Vedeshu. I am the Pranava Om mantra in the Vedas. I am the Om. So when you are chanting the Om, you have to remember me because I am the Om. Om iti Akshara Brahman. I am the Akshara Brahma. I am Akshara. Akshara means not Akshara. It is Akshara. Akshara means it is a diminution, which never diminishes. That is Akshara. That's why it is Aksharadham. There is one sampradaya which gives their temple name is Akshardham, which never diminishes. That is Krishna's dham, Akshar. So that's why in Marathi and in Hindi it is called Akshara Jnana. Akshara, A, A, I, I, U, U. These are the 12 syllables which we call as Akshara. So Akshara means it is by the Lord and it never diminishes. Yeah, please read.
Having explained the practices of yoga, Mishra Bhakti, how one attached to yoga and liberation can remember him, Krishna next describes pure devotional service. Pure devotional service. One who undeviatingly remembers Krishna easily attains the Lord because of his constantly engaging in devotional service. Text 14.
Yeah. Ananya Cheta Satatam Yoma.
Ananya
Ananya
Cheta
Cheta
Satatam
Satatam
Yoma.
Yoma.
Ananya Cheta Satatam.
Ananya
Satatam
Satatam.
Satatam.
Yomam Smarati Nityasha.
Yoma
Smarati Nityasam.
Tasyaham Sulabha Partha.
Tasyaham
Sulabham Partha.
Nitya Yuktasya Yogina.
Nitya Yuktasya
Yogina.
Very special shloka. If you can by heart this, even though it may not be in your syllabus to by heart, still if you can just by heart this shloka. It's very, very special shloka. Please read the translation.
For one who always remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Partha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service. Srila Prabhupada says in his purport, this verse especially describes the final destination attained by the unalloyed devotees who serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Bhakti Yoga. Previous verses have mentioned 4 different kinds of devotees: the distressed, the inquisitive, and those who seek material gain, and the speculative philosophers. Different processes of liberation have also been described: Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Hatha Yoga. The principle of these yoga systems have some bhakti added, but this verse particularly mentions the pure Bhakti Yoga without any mixture of Jnana, Karma, or Hatha. As indicated by the word Ananya Cheta, in pure Bhakti Yoga, the devotee desires nothing but Krishna. A pure devotee do desire promotion to heavenly planets, don't desire promotion to heavenly planets, nor does he seek on with the Brahma Jyoti or salvation or liberation from material entanglement. A pure devotee does not desire anything. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, the pure devotee is called Nishkama, which means he has no desire for self-interest. Perfect peace belongs to him alone, not to them who strive for personal gain. Whereas a Jnana Yogi, Karma Yogi, or Hatha Yogi has his own selfish interest. A perfect devotee has no desire other than to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the Lord says, for anyone who is unflinchingly devoted to him, he is
in him. Easy to attend.
he is easy to attain. The devotee has no desires, and because of that, he is the only one who is peaceful.
So this is the shloka. The first time the Krishna is talking such a wonderful way. It's like the first time in the Gita, he is mentioning that Tasyaham Sulabham Partham. This word is very, very, very loving word. Tasyaham Sulabham Partham. I am easily attainable. I am there for him. Sulabha. In Mayapur, there is a kitchen named called as a Sulabha kitchen. Sulabha means they can purchase 20 rupees, 30 rupees, and they can have the feast, 5 items. So it is Sulabha. For the poor people also, they can have the food. So Krishna says that by this simple process, you can achieve me. I am easily available for you. Tasyaham sulabha partha ananya cheta yo smarati manityasham. Ananya. Ananya means what?
Exclusive.
Exclusive. It is exclusiveness is required. Krishna says that it is not that by doing the demigod worship, or by just having the yoga mishra bhakti, or no, it is something is there in your mind and you are doing you are chanting my name also. So it is ananya. You don't want anything else but me. You don't want anything else but me only. Ananya. The gopis are called as Fananna Bhakta. Gopi says to Krishna that we don't know anyone else. So what is this Ananya word? We don't know anything else, anyone else. We don't know the Narayana also. We don't know the Lord Shiva. We don't know the Brahma. We don't want anything. We are not knowing them. Who are they? So that's why they are saying that Ananya we don't know. We are the Fananya Bhaktas. Fananya means they are not knowing anyone apart from Krishna. But in our case, we know this God, we know that God, we know this temple, we know that another temple also there. And then we say that this Surya Narayan is good, this is good, Chandra is good, then Shiva is good, the Ganesh is good, the Parvati Mata is good, Durga Devi is good. So that's why we have to focus. Bahushakha hi anantasya buddhayo avyavasayinam vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana bahushakha hi anantasya buddhayo avyavasayina. Please don't become avyavasayina. Please give a full focus on me. Ananya, now here also Krishna is saying, he is not using the word vyavasayatmika, but he is saying ananya, unflinching faith on me without any deviation, just exclusively on me, ananya. So that is our aim. Our devotional service aim is to have the ananyata and the Krishna prem, nothing else. So please read this.
We think in our illusion that if we satisfy our desires, we will be peaceful, but that is not the fact. They are actually the cause of our misery, and we should very eagerly weed them out. We view them as the cause of our pleasure, but they are not. But they are actually the cause of our misery. Only when we desire to serve Krishna, then we will attain real peace. Desireless, desireless means to have only one desire to please Krishna. Ananya Bhakti, Ananya without any added, without deviation, Satatam, continuously, without breaking, Nityas, eternally, without deviation, Sulabha. This is a definition of pure devotional service. Krishna is easy to obtain. One may then ask, what is the result of always remembering Krishna? Because we don't come back to this material world. The Lord already described bhakti mixed with karma, artho, jigyasu, artharthi, bhakti mixed with desire for liberation, jara, marana, mokshaya, and bhakti mixed with yoga. Now the Lord speaks of kevala bhakti, the highest bhakti which is devoid of any material tinge. Because of constant engagement in devotional service, Krishna is easily attained by a devotee who always remembers him without deviation. The pure devotee only desires to please Krishna. Therefore, his mind is exclusively fixed on Krishna, and he wards off all desires and thoughts not related to unflinching devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Smartaya Satatam Vishnu.
Smartavya Satam Vishnu Vismartavya na Jatuchit.
He does not have any selfish desires, and as a result, he enjoys perfect peace. Mixed devotional service is adulterated by karma jnana and is often impeded by unfavorable circumstances, but there is never any impediment to pure devotional service, characterized by constant chanting, hearing, and remembrance of the holy name. Srila Prabhupada explains in renunciation through wisdom. In Bhagavad Gita, the two words Ananya Cheta, without deviation, and Nitya Yukta, regularly, are very significant. One cannot become undeviating in devotional practice without being fixed in undeviating faith. When a person regularly serves the Supreme Lord with this faith, he automatically loses all desire for fruitive activities, speculative knowledge, worship of the demigods, and ritualistic pious activities, and he becomes undeviating in his devotional service. The word Satatam must be understood to imply that devotional service is independent of time, place, circumstance, adversity, and so on. Everyone, regardless of race, caste, sex, or other material designations, can give up mental speculation, fruitive actions, and yoga practice and take complete shelter of Lord Krishna's lotus feet without deviation. The word Nitya means daily, regularly, or constantly. Those who meditate constantly on Lord Krishna's lotus feet can easily attain him. This constant meditation attracts Krishna's mercy. According to Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan, in verse 14, the Lord says, the devotee attains me easily, not encountering the difficulties in karma yoga or ashtanga yoga or other processes. I cannot tolerate separation from him, and thus I will show myself to him. I am easy to attain for him because I destroy his obstacles and I perfect his sadhana. This is a very hope-giving verse, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so that's why please by heart. And this is the shloka which I like the most.
The word sulabh is very hope-giving.
Yeah, please read.
Verse 14 describes pure devotional service. 15 and 16 describe the result attained by practicing pure devotional service. The result, those pure souls do not return again to this temporary, miserable world of repeated birth and death. Text 15.
So read this. This is very popular shloka where the devotees quote this. So please, this also you can by heart. Mamupetya punarjanma
Mam
Mamupetya punarjanma
Dukkhalayam shashvatam
Dukkalayam shashvatam
Napnuvanti mahatmana
Napnuvanti mahatmana
Samsiddhim paramam gati.
Samsiddhim paramam gata.
Yeah, please read the translation.
Mataji's, Prabhuji, anybody wants to read, please take over.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I'll read. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection. This means that they take birth but happily, and Krishna explains, as I take birth with no difficulties as the son of the Vasudeva, they also take their birth. The highest perfection to enter in the eternal Leela, eternal Krishna Leela, Paramam Gataha. Continue reading this, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
So after attaining Krishna, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they are completely absorbed in transcendental service and have attained the highest perfection in the Krishna's abode. Such fortunate devotees happily take birth to assist in Krishna's pastimes. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura writes in his commentary to the verse 15. The Lord says, when I take my birth, which is full of joy, spiritual and eternal, in the house of Vasudeva, my devotees will also take such a birth and not at another times caused by karma. Other devotees attain perfection, but those who exclusively think of me, Ananya Chetaha, attain the very highest perfection, Paramam Samsiddhim, a position as an assistant in my pastimes. This indicates the observable superiority of the Kevala Bhakta over all other types of devotees mentioned.
So, Mam Upetya, by achieving me, by achieving, this is like Upetya means it is achieving. And then Mam is by achieving me. Then Punarjanma, then he will not be having the Punarjanma. And then what is that? Mamupetya Punarjanma. Then Dukkhalayam, Ashashvatam. These are the description of this world or this life, Dukkhalayam. This is whole material world is a Dukkhalayam. And the life is Ashashvatam. Where we are living, the surrounding and within oneself is a Dukkhalaya. The surrounding is Dukkhalaya. Our existence is the Dukkhalaya. We are always miserable. And Ashashvatam, there is full of uncertainties. Then the Krishna is saying that what you will be achieving. Okay, like the people will be asking that, okay, what is there in this pure devotion service? Why we had? So the Krishna is relating with these people. This is Dukkhalayam, Ashashvatam. You would like to continue again in this world, then you can, it is up to you only. You can continue. I don't have any issue. But I am just telling you that I made this world, Dukkhalayam and Ashashvatam. And when you are achieving me, then Punarjanma is not there for you. Mamupetya Punarjanma, Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. Napurvanti Mahatmana, Samsiddhim Paramana. So then it is Napurvanti Mahatmaओं के लिए शायद पुनर्जन्म होगा. Just like I take the birth in this world, in the womb of Devaki and Vasudeva or Yashoda and Nanda Baba. During that pastime, my devotees also take birth. But they are not sensing, they are not having this Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam feeling. It is Sukham Kartum Avyayam. Rajvidya Rajogayam. Pavitram Idam Uttamam. Pratyaksha Vagmam Dharmyam. Sukham Kartum Avyayam. So it is this devotional service, it is Sukham. But here, this material world, material life is Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. So it is gulf of difference. Where you would like to go? You would like to come back again in this material world and experience this Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam, or you would like to take birth in my pastimes in the Leelas, where I will be placing you somewhere and you will be always happy. Kevala Ananda Kanda. This is always Kevala Ananda Kanda. In that Kevala Ananda Kanda, you would like to experience that. It is ever increasing happiness is there. It's that the meaning of the Kevala Ananda Kanda. So that I am going to offer you Mamupetya. If you are achieving me, if you are just practicing this pure devotion service, Ananya Cheta, Yosmarati Nityasha, Tasyaham Sulabham Partham. So it is Ananya Cheta, Satatam. These two are the very specific words Krishna is saying. Ananya, it is unflinching or what? Undeviating, and it is without or exclusive. This is Ananya Cheta for the Krishna. Your Chetana is for the Krishna. And how it is Satatam. This always, not one day. Oh, I thought of Krishna one day on the day of Jalmashtami. Oh, wonderful, so wonderful. Prabhu, I got a dream of Krishna. What about the next day? You are always dreaming about your job and your professional career. You are always thinking about the EMIs, and you are always thinking about the profit and losses, and you are always in the dvandva yuga, dvandva sukha dukkha samay krutva. You are always in sukha and dukkha, the profit and the losses. So where we are thinking about the Krishna, the Krishna is saying that Ananyascheta Satatam Yo Smrati Nityasha. And again, for adding, he is saying that Nityasha. Satatam Nityasha, it is there always. And then he will be getting Mamupetya Punarjanma. Mamupetya Punarjanma. He will be getting me. And the next he is mentioning about.
One question, Prabhuji. Is there any difference between Ananya Bhakti and Kevala Bhakti, or both are same thing?
Yeah, the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Pad says about the Ananda, it is a Kevala Bhakti. It is a Kevala Bhakti. Ananya is Kevala only.
Both are same.
Kevala. Kevala means only that. Only that devotional service means the pure devotional service, nothing less. Nothing less. So that's why he is saying that Kevala Bhakti. Other bhaktis I don't know. I only know Krishna and the devotional service unflinching on his lotus feet. So the Mataji was asking about the Sakama Bhakta, that Mataji should understand that it is not fully surrendered. These people, the Sakama Bhaktas, are not fully surrendered. This Ananya Cheta, this 8.14, 8.14, this shloka wala, the devotee is fully surrendered. That is 8.14 is this shloka for the 8th chapter. It is, so that's why it is, this is like the 7 to 12, the chapters are talking about the devotional service. Moreover, you may be saying that Yoga Mishra Bhakti kya hai? 9 to 13, this is like between the two eyebrows to focus and like the concentration, or to become a celibate, or to Sarva Dvarani Sanyamya. These are the shlokas are somewhat fearing, but these are the shlokas where one should take something. I should understand. I should take these things. So Ananyas Cheta, Smriti Nityasha. This is like these are the shlokas where we have to practice. The next shloka, Brahma Bhuvana Loka.
Brahma Bhuvana Loka.
Punaravartino Arjuna.
Punaravartino Arjuna.
Amupetya tu Konteya.
Namupete tu Kaunteya.
Punarjanmana Vidyate.
Punarjanmana Vidyate.
Please read the translation.
From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery wherein repeated birth and death take place. But one who attained to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. So Mam Upetya. These words are also repeated in verse 15. Generally, in Sanskrit, repetition is not value. Whenever there is repetition, there is a great purpose behind it. Mamupetya means after achieving me. Krishna explaining this because he wants the devotees to understand that they shouldn't become bewildered by the desire to go to the heavenly planets. Therefore, he explains Abrahma Bhuvana Loka. After achieving me, one does not have to go through this horrible cycle of birth and death again. There is no other situation that will satisfy the soul. Therefore, hearing this from the highest position in the material world to the lowest position, everywhere is a place of misery. The Dev should wipe out from their consciousness any other desire except Mam Upetya, achieving Krishna, obtaining him. Now, to fix in our consciousness the differences between the material and spiritual worlds, Krishna explained the next section, comparing the material and spiritual worlds.
So it is Mamupetya, again it is been spoken. Abrahma Bonalaka, Punaravartin Arjuna, Mamupetya. Again achieving me. So why Krishna is saying achieving me, achieving me, achieving? So not to forget. That is like Krishna is saying that after achieving me only, nothing else, not demigods, not you cannot achieve me by the Yoga Mishra Bhakti and many other processes, what I mentioned, or the demigod worshippers. Yanti Deva Vrata Devam. That is something else. I'm just talking about when you are having this Ananya Cheta over me, and then you will Tasyaham Sulabha Partha, I will be Sulabha Partha, oh Krishna, oh Arjuna. Sulabha, I am Sulabha for you, Ananyas Chetas, Satatam, when you will be doing. Then what? Then you don't have to come. Brahma Bhuna Loka, Punaravartino Arjuna. From the highest planet of the Lord Brahma till the highest planet also, like Lord Brahma also has to come again. Brahma Bhuna Loka, Punaravartan. This is Punaravartan. This Avartan means it is constant coming and going, constant coming and going. There is Ganapati Atharva Shirsha, Avartan is there. Then there Avartan means what? We have to do repeated chanting of that. So the repetition of the birth and death is there. Punaravartina Arjuna, from the highest planet of the Brahma to the lowest planet. There is a Punaravartana. There is always coming and going and changing the bodies. Punaravartina Arjuna. Mamupetyatu konteya. When you are achieving me, I give you the guarantee that Punarjanmana vidyate. You will not be getting the repeated birth and death. That is the advantage. Krishna is doing a marketing here of the pure devotional service. He is such a marketing person, expert. क्या मिलने वाला है आपको लाभ? What profit you will be getting? No punarjanma. No coming into this world of dukkhalaya mashashvatam. Why this, like the punarjanma is bad? The punarjanma is bad because it is dukkhalaya and ashashvatam. This is mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalaya ashashvatam. So dukkhalaya, this is dukkhalaya. Everywhere is misery is there. We are always crying. From the birth, we started crying, and it is not ending. If a small boy doesn't cry at the time of birth, then the doctor pinches him and says that why he is not crying? Why is not crying? Whether he is conscious or not, whether he is dead. So that's why the doctor makes the pinch also to make us cry. So from that time we just started crying. Then Bhakti Vinod says that we always cry. Amar Jivan Sada Papirat Nahika Punnera Lesh. And then he explains everything. That I never chanted the holy name. I was after like Parere Udvegi Ki Agi Deshos. And then he mentions that then afterwards my education starts. Then I start for the education. And in another Vaishnava song, one of the Vaishnava acharyas says that it's like the people from the childhood, they are having the ambition to become a big man. And then in the school days, they are they are having the ambitions. Their ambitions are changing, evolving, and then they don't have time. This is like after some time, after some years, they are engaged in the opposite sex affair. Then after some time, after crossing 30, 35, then they are thinking about their positions more. Then after some time, 40, 45, they are thinking about like to get settled down in their life moreover. And then after some time, they are started thinking about their body, 50, 55. Then I don't have a time. And then afterwards, my body is dwindling. I cannot give a time for the Lord. When will I give a time for that? Ananischeta. And the Krishna says that Mamupetya. This is like Mamupetya, by achieving me, you will not come back into this world again, which is for everyone, it is not possible. For the Lord Brahma also, he has to come back. Punarjanma is there for him. Please read.
I will read, Prabhuji. The highest planets in the material world, down to the lowest, are all places of miseries wherein repeated birth and death takes place. But one who attains to the abode of Sri Krishna never takes birth again. Verse 16. The Lord emphasized that every situation in the material world is miserable, and the only remedy is to go back home, back to the Godhead. Srila Prabhupada writes in the Renunciation Through Wisdom. The karmis, jnanis, and yogis, always as the common politicians and anyone else who is working hard to make a comfortable and peaceful situation in this material world, must clearly realize that the world is transitory and full of misery. However much one may toil to make a permanent settlement in this world, at the end everyone is forced to leave. As long as one stays here, one must come to grips with the reality of suffering. Since time immemorial, the soul has been coming and going. The Lord's devotees, however, not only live happily in this world, but after they leave here, they enter the eternal and ever blissful abode of the Lord. By the Prabhuji, can you scroll down?
Yeah.
By the influence of karma, one who is attached to the material body and the mind has to change bodies life after life. In this way, the soul roams the 14 planetary system within the material universe, sometimes going up and sometimes going down. These planets are transitory, merely theoretical stages upon which the soul enacts his mundane existence. But when the living entity is elevated to the spiritual perfection and is situated in his pure eternal identity, devoid of all mundane destinations, he attained the natural habitat of the spirit soul, the supreme mundane realm, transcending this material creation and the intermediary zone of the unmanifested Brahman effulgence. Comparing the material and spiritual world, in this material world, living entities appear during each million year, long day of Brahma, and are vanquished during each night. Here is the benefit of leaving the material world. Text 17.
So now the next section, the Krishna starts with that. Again, it is a continuation of that. Mamupetya tu konteya punarjanmana vidyate. Or why, what is the problem to stay here? Then the Krishna is adding something. He is saying that this word, and there is a gulf of difference between the material world and the spiritual world. So I will be explaining you that. So he is canvassing again. He's telling, Krishna is telling that it is this world is not fit place to live. Sahasra yuga paryantam hariyadramane vidu ratrim sahasrantam teho ratra vidojana. It is been mentioned here in this. So the Krishna is not leaving this topic. He is telling that this world is not fit place to live. Sahasra yuga paryantam hariyadramane vidu ratrim sahasrantam teho ratra vidojana. It is been mentioned here in this. So the Krishna is not leaving this topic. Krishna is saying that Ananya Cheta is really important to emphasize and to give the benefits of that shloka. He has explained many things now. 8.14 is the pivotal shloka. To emphasize that shloka, Krishna is putting many angles to mention that it is like by practicing this shloka Ananyasheta, one will not be getting the punarjanma. And this is like 8.15, he is speaking about the dukkhalem ashashvatam. Then 8.16 he is mentioning about that punarjanma is like punaravartino arjuna. Then 8.17 he is mentioning about that. So it's like why this world where we are staying, we should not come again. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. This is every time we are coming, every night we are there, every day we are there in the day of the Brahma, in the night of Brahma. Why we have to come again and again in this world? So this is a shloka. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam.
Shahasrayuga
Sahasrayuga
Paryantam.
Paryantam
Aharyad Brahmano Vidu.
Aharyad Brahmano Viduhu
Ratrim Yuga Sahasrantam.
Ratrim Yuga
Ratrim Yuga
Sahasrantam.
Sahasrantam
Deho Ratra Vido Jana.
Deho
Deho
Ratra
Ratra
Vido.
Vido
Please read the translation.
Translation: by human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together form the duration of Brahma's one day, and such also is the duration of his night. The word mam upetya, achieving me, are used in both verses 15 and 16. The Lord repeats them to emphasize that the devotee should desire only him and should be detached from all kind of material situations. To reinforce this point, Krishna compared the material and the spiritual world in verses 17 to 22. In verses 17 to 19, the Lord described the material creation which is temporary and full of miseries, while in the verses 20 to 22, he described his own abode which is eternal and blissful. In this way, he wants to break our attachment to matter and at the same time to invoke our desire to go back to Godhead. The Lord described the unfortunate material situation as follows. Brahma's day is 1,000 human ages. His night has the same duration. At the beginning of the Brahma's day, all living beings become manifest from the unmanifest stage. When night falls, they are merged back. Again and again, when Brahma's day arises, all living entities come onto being, and the arrival of the Brahma's night, they all helplessly annihilate.
So it is Brahma's day, Sahasra Yuga Paryantam, Aharyad Brahmana Vidu, Ratrim Yuga Sahasrantam, Teho Ratra Vidojana. This is Sahasra Yuga, means Divya Yugas. So when what is a Divya Yuga? It is one Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar, and Kali Yuga. That whole consists Satya, Treta, Dwapar, and Kali. These four combined together, that is called as a one Divya Yuga. And like that, when the 1,000 times Satya, Treta, Dwapar Kali, Satya, Treta, Dwapar Kali, like that, when it comes 1,000 times, that is one day of Brahma. 1 day of Brahma, 12 hours of the Brahma. And like that, 1,000 times Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, then Dwapar Yuga, and the Kali Yuga. This whole consists as one Divya Yuga, and when 1,000 Divya Yugas passes, that consists Lord Brahma's night time. So the Krishna is mentioning that Sahasra Yuga Paryantam, Sahasra Divya Yuga Paryantam, Aharyad Brahmano Vidu, Ratrim Teho Sahasrantam, Teho Ratra Vidojana. So like that, every day after every 1,000 years, the day of the Brahma is there, then the annihilation takes place. When the night of the Brahma comes and it passes, then the annihilation comes, or the annihilation takes place. How many times you will be coming and going like this? How many times? It's like, is there any end? You don't want to come out of this creation, destruction, creation, discussion, like creation and destruction is happening. 5 times the destruction happens, and then the 5 times the creation is also happening. So how many times you would like to come again in this world? How many times you have been thrown into this world? So that's why I'm just telling you that Krishna is saying that this Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Maharyad Brahmane, so thousand Divya Yugas. Then the night of like the day of the Brahma, 1,000 Divya Yugas, night of the Brahma, and this is like whole one day. Then the lifetime of the Brahma is 100 years, 365 days. Like that annihilation is happening day and night, means around 760 times, 770 times the annihilation is happening in a year of the Brahma. So like that, 770 into 100, like 77,000 times the annihilation is happening throughout the life of the Brahmadev. That many time you will be coming and going. So why you would like to come like this, again coming and going inside the Mahavishnu, coming out, going inside the Mahavishnu, coming out. So don't feel it is like that you have to come. There is a escape way. Ananya Cheta Yosmarati Nityasha. Tasyaham Sulabha Partha. Krishna is saying that. Practice this shloka. Ananya Cheta. Avyakta Vyaktaya Sarva.
Avyakta Vyakta Sarva.
Avyakta Vyaktaya Sarva.
Avyakta
Avyakta
Vyakta
Vyakta Sarva.
Prabhavanti Aharagame.
Prabhavante
Prabhavanti
aharagame.
Ahargame.
Yar.
Ratri Agame Pralayanti.
Ratre Agme
Agame
Pralayante.
Pralayanti.
Tatre Vyakta Sama. Sorry. Tatre Vyakta Samadnake.
Tatre
Tatre
Vyakta
Vyakta
samadhi.
Samagnate.
Please read.
Yes, Prabhuji. At the beginning of Brahma's day, all living entities become manifest from the unmanifest state, and thereafter, when the night falls, they are merged into the unmanifest again.
So the manifestation takes place, and then unmanifestation also. Daytime we are there. It's like 12 hours. And the night time of the Brahma, we are again into the Mahavishnu's body. Daytime we are here, night time we have to go. Daytime we are here, night time we have to go. How many times? Krishna says that, don't you feel ashamed? Like that, he is asking the question. Daytime you are here, night time you are been deported. Daytime again you are here, night time you are been deported. How many times you would like to come again and again? Again, you will be constructing some home. Again, you will be having learning sessions. Again, you will be a king or a pauper. How many times you are not tied up with the positions, the different things, the different names, the different culture, sometimes in the reptiles, sometimes in the aquatic, sometimes in the human body. And you are identifying that, oh, I am now this. That also you are not really understanding. So the Krishna is slapping us by asking this question, by just mentioning this. How many times? Now you are speaking Telugu. Next time you will be not speaking Telugu. You say that I don't know the Telugu. Next lifetime. Now we are proud to be Indians. Next time we may be Pakistani or somebody else. Now we are the human beings. Next time we may not be like the human body, reptiles or anyone else like that. Trees without the clothes. So what you would like to do? You are not having the Ananya Cheta, so that's why you are wondering. You are forcefully wandered in this life like this, and you feel that I am great achiever. Nothing like that. You are not a great achiever. My system, my will of the karma is acting on you and making you run here and there like this. Stop this now. Krishna says that stop this now. Practice Ananya Cheta. So this last shloka for today we can take and end. Bhutagram se evayam
Bhutagram sa
Bhutagramam
evayam
evayam
bhutva praliyate
bhutva
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 praliyate
praliyate
ratriagame vasha partha
ratre agame
ratre agame
vasha
va
prartha
asapadha
prabhavate aharagame.
prabhavate har
prabhavate
agame.
aharagame.
Please read.
Translation. Again and again, when Brahma's days arrives, all living entities come into being, and with the arrival of Brahma's night, they are helplessly annihilated. This is explained. What is CN Prabhuji?
Commentary.
Commentary, okay. This is explained to us to break our attachment to the material world and the temporary things within it. From the highest planets of this material world, Brahmaloka, to the lowest, they are all places of misery. Because of this fact, created, destroyed, on and on. And each and every dissection rips from us, every one of our material attachment, birth and death repeatedly. Krishna kindly gave us this perspective to awaken within us a desire for material renunciation and material detachment. Knowing that there is no proper situation within this material world for the eternal soul, Srila Prabhupada says in his purport, ultimately, when Brahma's life is finished, they are all annihilated and remain unmanifested for millions and millions of years. And when Brahma is born again in another millennium, they are again manifest. In this way, they are captivated by the spell of the material world. But those intelligent persons who take to Krishna consciousness use the human life fully in the devotional service of the Lord, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thus, they transfer themselves even in this life. to the spiritual planet of Krishna and become eternally blissful there, not being subject to rebirths. After hearing about this continuously unavoidable creation and inhalation, Krishna says, Srila Prabhupada writes in his purport to verse 19. Ultimately, when Brahma's life is finished, they, all living beings, all are annihilated and remain unmanifested for millions and millions of years. And when Brahma is born again in another millennium, they are again manifest. In this way, they are captivated by the spell of the material world. But those intelligent persons who take to Krishna consciousness use the human life fully in the devotional service of the Lord, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thus they transfer themselves even in this life to the spiritual planet, to Krishna, and become eternally blissful there, not being subject to such rebirths.
So we are ending up here only. Next time we can take the remaining shlokas. Hare Krishna. If somebody is having some question, they can ask. Hare
Prabhuji, in the Brahmas one day, in one day we are taking birth again and again.
Yeah.
And when the night comes, that means the whole universe is vanished.
Yes.
Prabhuji, there are many kinds of pralaya, right? They are not just...
One day, there is a Manvantara Pralaya. Then there is Brahma days Pralaya. One day like the Pralaya is there. Then the Manvantara Pralaya is there. Then the Brahma's lifetime is over. Then that is the Pralaya is happening. So like that, the Pralayas are there. Different.
When Brahma's lifetime pralaya happens, then entire material world is unmanifested, no?
Yes, this is Purna Pralaya.
And Brahma's one day only...
Is a partial one. Till the Bhavaloka, there's Bholoka, it is there.
Okay, like Swargaloka and all will be there.
No, it will be there. Then Manvantara Pralaya, the Swargaloka also will vanishes.
And then what is
What
is the difference between Purna Pralaya and Manvantara?
Purna Pralaya means the Brahmaji again is been created by the Garbhodaksha Vishnu.
It means the whole universe is vanished, Prabhuji, right?
Yeah, and then the Brahmaji will be created again.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.